Hello there, friends. Welcome to Thursday Night Live as my voice breaks. I'm still Stopher Cavins, psychic medium, and I'm thrilled to be here. Sorry, I'm putting out some smoke. It's burning some sage and it won't stop. Anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad to be here. And let me get on the comments. All right, it's been a good week. We're in a new year. How about that? Did everyone have a good new year? Trying to think of what I did. Me and my husband and some friends went down to downtown LA, watched the countdown. Actually, my son is in from Indiana for a few weeks. He came in on the day after Christmas. So it's been nice to have him. He actually came out, a friend of his came out here a few days later. So they're both here. And me and my friends and my husband met them downtown and then did a little partying. It's kind of interesting to party with my kid. So it was nice. But that's pretty much it. It was good. Let's see. It's Alicia. Thank you for being here. Seeing high vibes from Indiana. Yeah, there's not. Well, I won't say that. There's some high vibes in Indiana. Maybe not enough sometimes. But anyway, thank you all for being here. We will get started with the readings. I know that's why you're here, to get your readings, see the readings, all that good stuff. If there's anybody new here, of course, I would love it if you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I posted some content last night, so I did my 2024 predictions. If you have not yet seen that content, it is on my channel. Don't go yet. You can go after this live and then check it out. Just reading the comments. Thank you all for being here. Liz, Scorpio, Jeannie, 123, Myrit. Love it. Love it. All right, so let's get into it. There's two ways to get I'm going to be doing free readings tonight. There's two ways to get your reading. Probably the most certain way is to just come onto the live. There's a pinned comment right there on the YouTube section. I believe it's in dark blue. There's a link to the StreamYard studio. What that does is that sends you into a backstage area where I will see that you're here. And then I'll let you know, hey, I'm about to welcome you on. And then I'll bring you onto the live stream so that you can ask your psychic question or your mediumship request. I don't do mediumship in the comments. Many of you know that. If it's your first time here, I don't like to do mediumship in the comments just because it kind of lags. The energy is just not as good. And it's not quite as interesting as if I have you come onto the screen. So if you have mediumship, come onto the screen and we'll do it. We can also do psychic requests if you come into the live stream as well. The other way to get your psychic question answered is to put it into the comments. Please use all caps so it's nice and big and my old eyes can see it. And then also add some emojis, 3 or 4 emojis, just so I can once again see it. And then I will click a little star by it and then get to it as soon as I dip back into the comments. I don't go in any particular order. If you put your question into the comments, I just kind of go by what calls out to me. So whether you're first, last, who knows? I'll try to get to as many as possible. These are free readings. I have an understanding with Spirit that I come on every Thursday and I kind of give back to the community that's been so good to me by giving free readings. If you feel it in your heart to donate either through the PayPal link that's somewhere on my YouTube or through doing super chats, stickers, that type of thing, super appreciated. Love you for it. But those are actually all the money that comes in is going to be donated, because if I were to put that into my pocket and mix it with my other funds, that wouldn't be me giving free readings, now would it? So I'm almost to the point where I've collected enough. We're going to be doing probably $200 or $300 to a charity. It's going to be something that we can all agree on, nothing that's polarizing or anything like that. And then what I'll do is I'll show receipts, because I want to make sure everybody knows that I am doing what I'm saying I'm doing. All right, let me just dip in here to star a few things, because I see these. Thank you for using the big boy letters, big girl letters, and the emojis. All right. And hi, it's Alicia. I understand if you have the anxiety. I too. I mean, it's amazing to me to think 2 years ago, if you would have told me I was doing live streams and talking to a lot of people, I would have told you you're absolutely crazy, because that's not something that I was okay with. Spirit and my spiritual connection got me through it, but I completely understand. If you do want to come on, some people come on and they take the video off and it's just their voice. So that's an option as well. You can just have a blank screen, and then as long as we can hear you. Thank you, Marnie. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to do that, because I know people are anxious about what's going on in the world and in the US, and that type of thing. So I wanted to make sure I gave accurate, as far as what I was feeling. I don't know the outcomes, but as far as what I was feeling, I want to make sure I read the energy accurately, and also kept it kind of light too. Uh, we've got a lot of heavy stuff going on. So yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, what else do I have to tell you? If anybody is looking for a private reading, I do private readings as well, mediumship and psychic readings. I also do pet energy healings for our little fur babies that are still here in the physical. I can do pet mediumship too, but that just kind of falls into a mediumship reading. If you go to my website, stophercavins.com, you can find the different readings: a 30-minute reading, 45-minute. There's a 50-minute reading that's usually a combo, or if you need that longer reading, those are all on my website. I've got availability this week, so you can actually get in pretty quickly. I'm also doing more classes. The next round of classes is coming up in March. So early March, I've got a 4-week beginner class that's starting, and then also a 4-week intermediate advanced class. You can go to stophercavins.com, hit the education tab, and there's much more information on there that will let you know about those classes. They're super, super affordable. Like I say, four consecutive weeks. Each one is starting in early March. One's on every Tuesday, one's on every Wednesday. All right, Lisa, I've got your question. I've got everybody's question. So just because I don't say your name doesn't mean I don't have your question. All right. Thank you all for being here. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd be forever grateful if you could just jump over or down or wherever it's at here on your screen and hit the subscribe button. Also, the thumbs up, much appreciated. Hi, Ocean Garnett, sorry. Christelle Van Balen, thank you for being here. I've got your question. Thank you very much. I love my hats. For those that come here a lot, everybody knows I like a good hat. Lots of questions. All right, be patient with me. I do also have to tell you, I am not a doctor, not a lawyer, not a licensed physician of any sort, licensed realtor, any of those things. I am not those things. I will read on legal, medical, real estate. I'll read on those types of things. It's basically what I'm doing is I'm feeling into those energies in those types of topics, and I'm giving you my opinion on the energy. So anything I tell you about a health and wellness, a legal situation that's going on, real estate that you're buying or selling, is not to be misunderstood as advice in any of those lanes, or I'm not doing any diagnosis here. So if you need that type of advice or guidance to that level, please consult with those professionals. I think that's kind of all of my disclosures. Lots of questions. All right, I see Sandra's here. I'm going to let you on in just a moment, Sandra. Give me a moment to start some more questions. Thank you, Shannon, and thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. All right, what are parameters of questions? So I don't really. I'm not a rules kind of guy. I want you guys just here having a good time. I answer as many different topics and things as I possibly can. So I know some readers won't read on certain topics. I'm not that person. I will read. I mean, if there is something that comes through that I'm uncomfortable with, I'll let you know. But or if I don't get information on it, I'll let you know. But other than that, lost items, love questions. I will, like I said before, I will read on legal, medical. When I say medical, I mean more like health and wellness. I'm just not going to be doing any kind of diagnosis or medical advice or anything like that. But I will let you know what I feel around health and wellness kind of questions. Am I moving, lost and found, whatever it is? Like I will give it a shot. I'm gonna be quick. It'd be quick tonight. Lots of questions. All right, Christelle Van Ballen. I've seen your question here a few times. I do have it starred probably a few times. So yeah, you don't need to put it in anymore. We do have it. Gio, if you're wanting to hear from your dad, I don't do questions in the chat, or I'm sorry, mediumship in the chat. Hey, Solistra. Glad you're here. One of my old friends from Indiana. Let's see. Okay, let's get to it. Sandra, are you ready? Born ready, right?
Hello.
Hey, let's make us larger. Here we go. So we can see our faces. All right. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you. Thank you for being here. How can I help you?
My brother is sick, and I want to know if he's going to go through with his medical procedure tomorrow or if he's going to deny it.
No, he's going to go through with it. I was already feeling that. Why am I connecting him to your mom? Is your mom in spirit?
Yes.
All right. Does she have something similar in her life?
Yes.
Okay. Because just know that your mom is with him, because what's happening right now for me is I'm getting a connection between mom and brother, but I know that mom's not here in the physical. I can tell she's in spirit. And then she's also connecting that they're going through some similar, or she dealt, where are my words? Anyway, there's some similarities about some things they're going through medically.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that she's with him there as well, even if they didn't have the best relationship when she was here. Do you understand that? She's
Yeah.
letting me know, and she wants you to know that she's with him through this. And I almost feel like she's somehow communicated this to him energetically as well from the other side. So he might actually have a bit of a different tune tomorrow. He might actually be at peace with this.
At peace, meaning he'll go through with the procedure,
That
or
he'll
at
go
peace,
through with
meaning
it. Are
that
you hoping he goes through with the procedure?
no, I'm hoping he declines it.
Okay. Whatever it is, I feel like
Yeah.
there's just something where I do feel like he might go through with it, to be honest.
Okay.
Okay. But I think he'll be fine, is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like let me ask you this, because what is it you're afraid of?
That he will unnecessarily suffer too long because he has so many things wrong with him that this procedure is only going to prolong
Yeah,
his poor quality of life.
I get that. I think it's just like I think he still has a lot of hope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I almost feel like the procedure has to happen just for him to really be okay with giving, like fighting, because I do feel like there's something where he's fighting, and there's still something that's connected to what he saw your mom go through, that is
Mm-hmm.
there for him. So that's part of kind of what's going on here. So he'll be all right. Um, and I think we'll learn a lot after the procedure, and then we get to that thing where I feel like he's eventually going to be at peace. But
Mm-hmm.
the short answer is yes. I think the procedure is gonna happen.
Okay. All
He's
right.
he's already in. He's already both feet in the pool.
Okay.
I don't think there's any change. But I mean, hey, keep trying to make your point if that's what feels right to you.
Yeah, I want him to make his own decisions, but I have my feelings, but I don't try to influence him.
Yeah. Yeah. So support them. That's the best we can do, right? For
Yeah.
our loved ones. All
Right.
right. All right. Well, we're all sending you and your brother and your family a lot of healing energy.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for popping on. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Let's bring on I'm gonna say it wrong. Dewey 57. Yeah. Are you ready, Dewey? Let's do it. She's not in her head. Yeah, ready.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm excellent. How are you doing?
Oh, yeah, all right. Thank
All
you
right.
for having
Are you from Australia?
New Zealand,
New Zealand. All right, Kiwi. Very cool. What
Kiwi.
city are you in?
Auckland.
Auckland. Okay. I have cousin. I think she used to live in Auckland and now lives in Wellington.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm a Dutch Kiwi, so hence Dewey.
Okay. Got it. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
being here. How can I help you tonight or today for you,
Well,
right?
I also asked, is my daughter going to be all right? Is my daughter going to be all right?
Mm,
So she survived leukemia, and we're in the 5-year monitoring process. However, she has now been diagnosed with chemo-induced cardiomyopathy.
okay.
And what do you see around that, please?
This is a tough one, and I feel like obviously we're taking this extremely seriously. With this, there's a sensitivity. I feel like she can be all right. So there's potential for a continued longevity. We need to be real careful. Let me ask you this: are there also some stressors, some major stressors in her life? I feel like relationship wise. Do you understand this?
No, she has Down syndrome,
Okay.
and
There's
she
something else where she has some major stressors that could be really sensitive to this, and it's almost like we need to kind of also handle this thing that's going on the side here, this side
yeah
dish of stress,
yeah
to make sure that with the cardiomyopathy, which I don't really know a lot. I've told you I'm not a doctor, but what I am sensing around that, without really knowing exactly the ins and outs of what that is, I'm sensing that there's some sensitivity to stress as well. Okay. And these additional kind of things she's dealing with. So the more we can kind of be supportive and help her reduce those things, I feel like there is a very good chance that she could continue to have a decent quality of life, and a long quality of life, a longer life.
longevity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
longevity. So the potential is there. I think there's more energy towards that than the other way, but we have to kind of manage these other things going on in order to ensure that. Sorry. But I think with you being a support system, is there also another male? There's a male that's a support system for her as well.
Yep. Her
So
dad.
him being involved as well, I think she'll be good. She's got everything stacked up in her favor. Other than, I
Wonderful.
mean, obviously there's a medical situation, but as far as
Yeah.
support and making sure things are as good as they can be, I like the energy around it.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
So
Yeah.
keep the
Thank
keep the
you.
hope. Keep supporting
Okay.
her. It'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well.
All right.
Thank
Nice
you.
meeting you.
Nice meeting you too, Stopher.
Bye
Thanks.
bye. Have a good day. Let's jump into the comments. I'm going to do a little bit more starring. Let's listen to all the questions about that. Oh, let's pop you in here. We're all going to hear what we need to hear. Yeah, that's a good thing. And I never really say that on my lives, but that is true. So even if someone else is getting a reading and maybe not connecting directly with your energy, all your energies are here. So there's going to be some carryover. There's going to be some things. I even sometimes when I'm doing readings for other people, I literally hear things come out of my mouth that, and I'll say it too, like, oh, I needed to hear that too. So it's kind of cool how that happens. And that's sending the positive energy. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm just going to call you Alicia so I don't have to say the whole thing, but if that's your name. All right, I'm going to finally get into these. I've got like 24 questions. Let's see. Shannon, thank you again for being here. Thank you for being a supporter of the channel. Son Jalen is looking for a new career. Do you have any idea what the good path? I'm getting something, and when I say sports, I don't mean that he's going to be an athlete, but I feel like just as you can work in the medical field and not be a doctor or a nurse, you can work in HR in the medical field, or you can work in marketing in the medical field. Just as I work in, I'm a marketer, but I work in real estate, right? So I'm actually getting with Jalen, there's some real opportunities, and I feel like close to him, or that will be available to him in a very accessible way in the sports or even sports television industry is kind of what I'm getting. So whether he's doing some kind of ancillary, anyway, always losing my words on the live, but you get what I'm saying. So I feel like there's something there where he's kind of assisting production or producing content or that type of thing. I'm being shown some things that lead me to believe that that's a good spot for him. And if I'm reading anyone in the chat, and you can give some feedback, feel free to put that in. We all like to see, how that resonates with people. But I think he's very talented, and I think he needs to also, as much as he's kind of organizational, having him in a creative space as well is going to help him. So that's kind of what I see for Jalen. He'll be good though. So as far as a path, there might be a little bit of education where he can either go back to school or just get some kind of vocational thing, certification type of thing, where that will help him as well. It seems like he's almost there. He's not too far off from finding a spot. All right. Thank you for the question. Let's see. Will daughter and I find affordable place by June? Do you live near a lake or an ocean? I'm being shown, and I'm not saying you're going to be moving to there, but generally speaking, are you near like kind of a major body of water is what I'm getting. I just want to make sure I'm in the right energy here. Water lily. I see you said no. So let me just kind of get in there. Cat lovers, are you confused? What? That's very general. All right, close to Sacramento. Okay, close enough. Got it. That's what I'm feeling as far as you're near a coast. yes, I agree. All right, I have your cat lovers. I have your question. All right. So I feel like I'm tuned in here. It's going to be tough. There will be an opportunity here, Water Lily, right around May. So when you talk about June, I think we're it's going to be tough. There will be an opportunity. There will be something shown to you, and I feel like finances lines up, and that doesn't feel like it's the problem. It's schedule, because I feel like what I'm being shown is there is a place that kind of meets and checks a lot of the boxes. But the schedule of how it lines out, it's going to be close to June. So the short answer is yes, I do think, but you're going to have to be a little bit flexible or kind of push the envelope a little bit with timing and really be vigilant about trying to find the place. But the place is out there, and it's being prepared for you now. Feels like we're going upstairs too. So there might be a second level thing, or this might be like a 2-level condo or something like that. They're showing me stairs. The thing with May though is it's like you'll find it in May, but there's a schedule thing. Don't be surprised if it's like not ready, or there's something where to get everything done, it pushes it into June, or we have to wait. But once you find that right place, just kind of be laser focused on it. And I'm just getting there's something, I can't quite put my finger on this energy, but there's something where you have to work a little harder for it once you find it. All right. But you'll be good. Good luck. Keep us up to date on how that goes. Boom. Done with that one. All right, 23-year-old daughter. So I think it's a no. But here's the energy I get. Okay, when I say, let me kind of wrap my mind around this a little bit. Because I want to say like free spirit, but I also get this kind of, it's more of like an independent spirit is what I get, not necessarily like a free spirit. I just feel like she could actually find love, but she's going to kind of put it off a little bit, defer it for the future. I just don't think she's ready, or even if she says she is, I just don't think that she's willing to give up certain things in her life, or make compromises. And a lot of the energies that are probably going to be coming in this year are not quite perfectly slotted to fall into place. So she's going to defer those. She might have a good time. She might go on dates. She might entertain it. But I think ultimately we're not going to be, I'm making the prediction that she won't be in a committed kind of next level relationship for probably a year and a half. So could be where she's getting ready towards the end of this year, or beginning of next year. And I think that it feels healthy though. It doesn't feel like it's because she's necessarily blocking it for the wrong reasons. I think she's just looking, she's confident in where she's at. I like the energy around that. It's understandable. She might be going to yeah, and that she should. And I think it's that kind of thing. She's focused on some other things, and it's like, yo, you're cool, dude, but I got this going on. So if you have a problem with that, let's not even talk. That kind of thing. Oh, this is fun. Thank you for the question, Liz, and thank you for always supporting. Is my first grandchild going to be a girl or a boy? Is it okay to ask? Yeah, it's okay. Let me see. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. The short answer to this is I don't know. It feels like to me we're this isn't something that's in the works, is it? It feels to me like we're a little down the road, so I can't really get it. But correct me if I'm wrong. In your family currently, boy, right? So if the numbers are kind of sussing out, I'm thinking it's time for a girl. But the truth is, I don't have like an energy that's already activated that I can really feel into. But I would predict girl just because I think it's time for a girl. All right, let me see. His wife is pregnant. Boy, girl, boy. So it's going to go. Oh, is this with them? So we're in a girl. Because what they're giving me is almost like time for a girl because we've got more boys than girls. So if that's the case, if there's 2 boys already, my prediction is girl. But I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I don't get a lot of like activated energy. So I'm making this prediction a little bit differently than I normally do. There's something kind of blocking me from. I would have guessed that this wasn't already in the works. Full disclosure, I like to be transparent. Will son be able to buy my house? Yes. There's some things he still has to get in place. You'll have to get a little, I feel like financing, he'll have to get a little bit creative or do a little bit more work. It's going to happen before the end of this year. So this will be a possibility by October. Once again, I think you're going to have to do a little bit more. There's going to be some creativity here. So there's some more information to get. You might want to talk to like a real estate attorney or something like that just to see what some of your options are. But yeah, the short answer is yes. Scorpio, thank you for being here. Let's see, you and Robert. Kind of got it in a holding pattern. I feel like when I tap into Robert's, your energy feels like it's really kind of free of any kind of ties. Not to say you don't have your own, we all have our own baggage, but I feel like there's nothing like that you're looking over your shoulder, you're looking in the rearview mirror at, if you know what I mean. With Robert, I feel like and I'm not saying that he's got another person that he's currently entangled with, but there is something where I feel like he's still kind of looking over his shoulder to see what's happened, what's going to happen with either a previous relationship or even something going on in his personal life that he wants to like make sure is we still need to kind of figure that out, have that shake out fully. So there's a bit of a holding pattern energy that I'm getting, specifically more so on Robert's side of it. Don't be surprised if it continues to be a little confusing until we get to like August. Then I feel like there's actually an event or something that brings you together. So this would be either, and when I say event, I mean like an actual event where people are either having a party or there's a celebration. There's something to kind of bring people together. And I feel like that's a great opportunity for there to be some conversations or some understandings about moving forward with either, we know this is a friendship, we know this is a relationship, whatever it is. All right. But I think it's going to continue to be a little confusing and weird until then. Thank you for the question. All right, let's see. Okay, you're finally going to start the business. So got like a new business venture. I think there's also some other people involved in this, Myrit. This is either going to be you joining their venture or them, or there's some kind of like support or something. So there's you and other people involved here. Doesn't mean that you go into business with them, but there's something that I have here where other people are involved. So that's kind of exciting for me. It's also kind of a year, and I want to make clear, like even when I was making the predictions for 2024, it's not like, January 1st, when the clock ticks onto January 1st that we go into some like brand new portal of energy and the energy's just like automatically changed because it's a new year. It's all things that have been working, from the beginning of time. And we're just kind of in this evolution, just like we are at any other point in the year, right? So just because we have a new year doesn't mean it's like automatically just this crazy different energy. The reason I'm saying that is because I feel like there's already been kind of an evolution here in the past 6 months of where you're in this phase of learning new things. That's going to continue and even kind of ramp up. So the universe is just going to send you things to constantly learn. And they don't feel like they're tough lessons. It doesn't feel like it's a situation where you're sent people that are going to like wreck your world and then you learn a lesson. It's more so like really just kind of picking up new things that are really exciting. I like the energy where you're at. So a lot of it centers around the new business venture. All right. Thank you. Hi, it's Alicia. Thank you for the super sticker. Yeah. So feeling to skip. It's something like that where the baggage, we, like I say, we all have the baggage over here behind us. It's all there, but this is a little bit more where he's still a little bit tied to the baggage. So once he gets that figured out, give him some time, be patient with him, Scorpio. If this is the person you want to, get closer to in whatever way it is, whether it's a, just friendship or romantic, if you're patient with him, I think he'll figure it out, but it takes him a little bit. All right, let's bring on my friend Marney. You ready, Marney? Yes, of course you are. Of course you are.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Let's see. We'll take this down so we can see us. How was it? How was the New Year?
Well, everybody in the family was sick, so it was quiet.
Sorry. Well,
Yeah, it
well,
was
that part of
early.
it's good. Is everyone feeling better?
Starting to.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, I
Yeah.
see you got the baby. And is it Marney or Marney?
Marney.
Marney. I'm overthinking it. Anyway, how can I help you?
I just wondered if any of my loved ones had any messages or guidance for me going into 2024.
All right. Do you have a sibling or a sister-like figure that's in spirit?
Um,
When I say sister-like, I mean like somebody that you would, you know how we have those friends where it's like, that's my ride or die, that's my sister.
yeah. Mm,
So I immediately get this kind of energy coming in.
yeah.
But what you need to know, regardless of who this is, I'm sure it will come to you. But
Could be a
there's
cousin.
there's a real energy about, and this might help you understand who this is. Staying the course. So it's almost like when we have these relationships with people where we have all these plans, maybe, you know, when we were younger and we talk about we're going to do this and all these things, you know, maybe it's family, maybe it's education, maybe it's being an actor, whatever it is. I feel like what they're telling, what I'm being shown is stay the course. Don't give up on those dreams and those things that we talked about we were going to do. You can still have that, even though it didn't maybe work out in a traditional sense or the timing of it didn't work out. It's like stay the
Mhm.
course. You still have that at your disposal. Hold on. You're pretty close to your family still?
Yep.
Okay. This is a bit of a prediction, and it may be something that's already kind of activated. You may or may not know about it yet, but I feel like there is somebody in the family that has a younger child that might need help taking care of that child.
Mm,
Okay, it's a situation where they might even, and I'm not saying that they're in a bad spot where they have to give up their child, but they might need they might have a health thing or something that takes them away from being able to fully be the parent they normally are. And there might be kind of it takes a village mentality with the family where we jump in and help kind of care for that child or help kind of bolster up that family so that they can kind of not miss a beat kind of thing.
right.
I don't think it's something that's tragically going to destroy a family. I think it's just something where we have to jump in and just kind of help. And I get the sense from your family energy that nobody's gonna have a problem with that.
Right.
All right. And it feels like it's a younger male that we have to kind of come in and maybe it's taking them to school or kind of just managing some of the day to day. So there's a real message here about just like kind of like really keeping strong as a family unit and taking care of each other, and then also staying the course and not giving up on some of these. And when I say dreams, it doesn't have to be like these big grandiose things. It's just kind of some of the more simple things that we wanted out of life.
Right.
All right. And I think the energy is there for you to kind of step into those.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it feels to me like it has to do with like kind of your family unit. Do you
Okay.
understand that?
I'm not sure.
You'll figure it out. Let's see. What else? Do you have any other specific questions?
I don't think so. I think I've already asked you before, so we'll see if those happen.
All right, good deal. Well, good luck and yeah, happy 2024.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, thank you, Marnie.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, let's go back to some questions so we can get as many as we can. Okay, they're showing me Lisa kind of like an off ramp or an exit here in March. So there's going to be an opportunity in March to leave the state of Florida. Here's what I'm getting though. I feel like it's not the perfect situation. So you get to decide whether you take that or not. So there'll be that opportunity. If that's not where we go, I feel like it's a little bit, because then it just the energy might get a little closed off as far as moving, where we just get to, we're worried about other things now, or some other stuff comes up. So if you really want to, yeah, absolutely. And I know Georgia's right next door, so let me know if you have any resources in Georgia, because I'm putting a magnet on the map there. So that tells me that there's something there in just right across your state line in Georgia. That's kind of where it felt. Yeah, I'm confident with that. That's kind of where there's going to be some resources or some kind of pull. It could be even just as little bit as a conversation about, hey, you could stay here, or hey, there's this opportunity. So they'll be there. The short answer is yes. I do see that you'll have the chance. Whether you do it, you have free will. Thank you for being here, Lisa. All right, Kathy, you ready to come on? All right. Hey, dear. How's it going?
Hey there. Good. Long, hard day at work.
Right there with you. It's nice to be off work, though. How can I help you tonight?
Well, I'm just, sort of getting tired of what I've been doing and feel like there's some kind of change ahead, and I don't know what it is going to be. I practice shamanism, and I'm just wondering if that's the path I'm supposed to be working toward.
Yeah,
or,
without
something
knowing,
else.
before you said shamanism,
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I think we have a little bit of a lag. What I wrote down was, before you told me that you practice shamanism, because I don't know that about you, right? I was getting this feeling, and I thought it felt like church. Okay, so what that tells me is, which is a similar feeling to shamanism, spirituality, that type of thing. So the short answer is yes, I believe, without knowing that, I was already kind of getting that feeling. So that's there in your energy. It's pretty strong.
Okay.
And it feels, and I was also feeling like, once again, I have to take feelings and then turn them into thoughts and real things. So it's almost like I felt like I wanted to like register people or put people into a program. So if you're doing shamanism and you're bringing people into that fold and into that lifestyle or whatever it is, it's not my thing, so I don't exactly know. But I feel like you're kind of, that is maybe part of your calling, is to kind of bring people into that place in life, and kind of be a part of the, as a bit of a mentor or a bit of a guide in that way. So the energy's there, and I think you'd be really good at it. It's just about you finding your path. And I'm also getting some information that might be something local to you that is a resource. Somebody else that's doing it. It's like there's some networking that needs to be done here as well.
Okay.
All right. And I think you'll be really happy doing it.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
All right. Good luck, Kathy. Thanks for stopping by.
You. Thanks. Bye. Good night.
All right. I'll bring you on in just a second, Jonathan. Let me jump into the chat. Mary, no, I don't like the energy around the Toyota Corolla. I'm not just saying that in general. This specific one is not. I don't think it's going to work out. I don't think it's going to be the right car for you. There's something else that comes down the pike. I almost feel like we're still kind of in the same type of range here. It's like a Honda Accord or something like that. This doesn't seem to be the right one for me, though, or for you. Sorry, but as far as I'm feeling the energy, let's bring on Jonathan.
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm excellent. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. You actually just randomly popped up on my YouTube feed, and I figured it was a sign that I was supposed to come on here and get a message. So I want to see what comes through.
All right, let's do it. You don't have anything specific, any specific questions, or at least point me in the direction of like an area of your life.
Well, I see that you're a psychic medium, so I'm curious if there's maybe someone who's departed that would have a message for me.
All right. Well, how we do it on here is, since we have limited time, is there
Okay.
someone you're hoping to hear from?
Sure.
Give me a name.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was married for 5 years. I know I'm 24, but my husband unfortunately passed away in April. So I'm
sorry.
curious if he had anything to say.
All right, let's look into it. That's weird. Bear with me here, Jonathan. Just trying to figure out what's coming through here.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay. Good. I've actually got a few energies coming through, so I have to like kind of, and I always feel this when I kind of tap into somebody's energies, we all have more than one loved one that's attached to us. So I'm
Of
trying
course.
to
Yeah.
just kind of pick and
Yeah.
choose here. I do have an energy coming through, male. Would you understand who the male is that would come through taking responsibility for their passing?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I understand this person to be quite gentle in nature when they were here. Extremely docile, gentle, maybe even a pacifist. Might have even had conversations about. I feel like here's what I feel like, because I'm being shown my uncle, who it was actually in the military, but actually was at odds with the fact that he was part of hurting people in the military. Do you?
Yeah, so my husband was in the army. I don't know if his personality was exactly how you're describing. Maybe he's trying to get you to the fact that he was in the military.
Let me ask you this, because maybe I didn't say it right, but when I'm
Okay.
describing my uncle, it's like he was in the military and he saw things, and of course when you're in the military, we know what we do, because I was in the military too. So even though I wasn't shooting guns at people, I was a part of the cog that eventually, you know, did those types of things, right? So
Mhm.
he was always at odds with it. It was something that he was not always good with. The fact
Okay.
that he was a part of that in the big picture. So I'm getting that kind of thing. So the military thing makes sense as well.
Okay.
I'm hearing I got hung up. Do you know why he would be telling me he got hung up?
Like meaning like he got stuck on something?
Yeah. I feel like what's coming through with this individual is they got in a situation they couldn't get themselves out of.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm hearing. He was older than you as well?
Yeah, he was about a year older than me.
You're how old? 24?
24. So, well, actually, he was 24 too, but you know, it's been like 9 months now, so
No,
that's
he's
why.
giving me the 24. I wrote 24.
Yeah, he was 24 when he died. Yeah.
Of course. Right. I know you said he passed in April. He's talking about, and I think this is a date more for you or both of you. He wants to talk about June as well. Do you understand that date for both of you or for you? Because I feel like what he's showing me is like watching you celebrate or do something in the month of June after his passing.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
Okay. So, Jonathan, if this doesn't make sense to you now, I want you to know what he's talking about is this 2023 June specifically, not every June, where he's
Yeah.
acknowledging a date in June where it's like he wants you to know he was there when some kind of big event happened for you.
Mm,
Or you did something in celebration of either your relationship with him or your own life.
okay.
Okay, so just think about it, write it down. It will. I'm confident it will come to you later.
Okay.
Could I have his name?
Amel. So it's Ammel. It's a unique name.
Yeah. This is one of those random things. Is there a story about a toe? That's very weird.
A toe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I wonder if there's any like more context you could give you about that. I don't know.
Trust me, I tried to get it because I'm not. I don't love coming on here and being like, toe, go. It feels to me like it's a more of a funny thing, like almost like if a person has like a weird toe that we would make fun of them about, or if somebody has. I feel like there's a story here, so I'll just leave that with you. But it feels to me like almost like if you razz somebody over,
He's joking about it, kind of thing.
Yeah. So but I feel like he's almost acknowledging his own. So I don't know if he had something weird or if there was some kind of story where we were making fun of it, but he's coming through. It feels like almost like a joke or a razzing kind of thing. So he's making mention of that as well.
The fact that he's joking checks out for sure.
Okay. And then one thing I want to, okay. He knows how hard this was for you. He's also saying the timing of this was just, it couldn't have been worse is what he's telling me. He says, Stopher, the timing of this when I checked out could not have been worse for Jonathan specifically. So he wants to acknowledge it. He wants to acknowledge how hard it was, almost like bad, and then just the timing of it made it like that much worse. And I almost feel like it either corresponds with like another date, or there's something that just makes it that much harder to kind of, like, it's almost like we get to April and we can't celebrate something else, because you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Our wedding anniversary was about like 2 weeks before.
Yeah. So he wants to apologize for the timing of it, because he's almost like saying, you can't enjoy that date because you're thinking of something else. Then just everything else that was going. So he comes forward with that spirit's kind of way of giving an apology, just acknowledging what we had to go through. Unfortunately, he wants you to carry on. He wants you to take a little bit better care of yourself, is what he's saying. Do you deal with some stomach issues as well?
Yeah, I have for a while.
Yeah, he wants you to really take care of yourself with that. Because I almost feel like he's showing me that, and I don't know if when he was here, he would have also been on your case about it, but it's almost like he's telling me you stick your head in the sand a little bit when it comes to your own health, that you're always taking care of other people, which he loves about you. But he's saying you got to take care of yourself, specifically the stomach issue is what he's telling me. He also wants to acknowledge the connection with mom. Was he close to your mom? You were close to his mom.
I'm not quite sure. I mean, he was close to his mom, but she kind of pushed him away, maybe. I mean, he was close to my mom, I guess, but not really. They were just friendly, but yeah.
Okay, he wants to highlight that relationship with your mother. So that's just his way of saying hi to her. And even if it was tumultuous or wasn't perfect, I feel like he's showing me a lot of appreciation for what he was able to have, and a lot of respect from his end to her.
Okay.
Any questions about?
I'm not quite sure. I am a little curious. You said there was other energies. I mean, you don't have to like do a full reading, but I'm just curious, like what, like if you could like kind of sense out what they feel like. I'm curious, just because I've gotten one medium reading before, and I don't know. I was curious if it lined up. You know what I mean? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would take a little bit to get into that. So maybe if you want to come back
Okay,
next week, we can
sure, of
we can
course.
go into that. But yeah, your husband's around you, and he's fine. Whatever was ailing him when he was here, whatever he kind of got, like you said, he got kind of hung up on something or stuck into something that he was unable to kind of deal with properly when he was here. He's not dealing with that now, is what he's telling me. So he's in a good spot.
Okay, that's good.
All right, my friend. Well, thanks for stopping by. It was nice meeting you.
Of course. Thank you.
All right, bye, Jonathan.
All right, bye.
All right, let's see. Whatever that means. Dawn. Let's bring on Dawn, see what's going on there. And then I think I'll wrap up soon. I'll do a few more questions in the chat. Dawn, are you there? You're on mute.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for asking. You just want to do audio tonight?
Yes, please.
All right. Just want to say hi to my husband. Thank you for being here. How can I help you tonight?
I have possibly two questions. They're interrelated, but whatever comes out for you is what comes up for you. I'm curious. I'm just having a lot of kind of transition themes around home marriage and timelines with that, but it's also tying into finances and career, life purpose. So I'm wondering about timelines around potentially moving, going out on my own, um, essentially exiting the relationship,
Mhm.
and also around the financial stability. Um, I've accepted an office job. I'm really um, having a lot of trouble moving back in from the entrepreneurial world into the office structure and setting. I'm wondering if you have any insight into timelines on how long I might need to do that to gain this financial stability to make this transition before I could maybe branch off back into consulting work, and then building a public speaking career is really where the
Yeah,
vision is going.
yeah,
And any milestones or successes you see along the way, that'd be great.
of course. Okay, so first of all, I want to address the office job. Um, I feel like this is good in the sense of helping with the finances, right? It doesn't feel like a great fit to me. So I almost want to. I never tell people what to do, but a directive here when I feel into your energy is keep like keep lookout for something else. I don't. It feels to me like you kind of might muddle through this one, and but not be quite fully happy in it, if that makes sense.
Totally. I'm already feeling it, and I'm
Yeah,
dragging myself through it, and it doesn't feel right. But I'm
that's not going to
also a little
change.
too afraid to, make this transition without something more stable financially.
Yeah, I think it's going to serve the purpose of paying the bills and giving you a little bit of stability, not full stability, but at least having that safety net. I wouldn't be surprised if you're not, like I say, that's going to kind of continue that uncomfortable feeling. So my prediction is you're going to really quick understand. I need to get something else. So you'll start looking while you're in this job. You'll just kind of muddle through it and kind of. It's not going to be something that you wake up and look forward to. All right. And you deserve that, right? I do think it's kind of a launching pad to the next thing. So I'm not telling you not to start the job, but it's not a great fit, is what I'm saying. So I've got a longer timeline for you than maybe, and I don't know what your timeline is, but I'll just give you what I get as far as leaving the relationship and kind of starting where you feel like fully where you're starting to untie things. We're about a year away, to be honest, is what I get as it sits now. So once we get to next January, it's like we're fully feeling like we're kind of doing our own thing, right? That can be moved up if that's not a timeline you like. Of course, you can manifest that by, you know, working harder or making some different moves, but that's kind of where I have it sitting now. There's just a lot of things that and I feel like even emotional that need to happen or still are evolving.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Let me just fill into the consulting thing about what's next. The cool thing is I feel like that timeline for getting back to the consulting and the speaking is a little sooner. So even though things are tough and you're kind of in this transition period, a directive I'm feeling for you is to push on that, because I feel like the energy is not as far away as you might think it is, as far as doing your own thing or getting back on that consulting and public speaking thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get some opportunities by summertime where you can either do some like side projects or kind of start your own thing on the side. Don't be afraid to do that is kind of what I'm getting.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the plan. I think I just have to keep that energy alive.
Yeah,
just
it's
worry
going to be
about
hard just because of everything you're going through. But if you can kind of push through it and grab those, even if they seem like little opportunities, I feel like it has the potential to grow really fast. And then that will help you get through some of the other stuff. But I actually feel like there's more close opportunities and timelines with getting back to consulting and public speaking.
Awesome. I feel that as well. And I guess I worry that the job is going to basically
Hold you back.
pull or suck the energy out of me
Be careful
for
with
that
that. I feel
extra
that too.
work. Yeah.
It could. I feel that too. So be careful with that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to give myself a short timeline with the job
There
and
you go.
hopefully something launches off. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Don. Thanks for stopping in. All right. Oh my gosh, I almost hit end stream. Almost ended it. Let's see. Sharon Sipe, thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do. Let's do a few more. Thank you, husband, for being here. He just had a birthday too. So wish him a happy belated birthday, everyone. Let's do like two more, and then I'll bring Mari on. Okay. What can I do to stop the hair loss? I don't know what you can do. But this feels to me like it is hormone related. So this is kind of I mean, I wouldn't be the person to really ask as somebody that's hasn't had hair for most of his life. But I am kind of getting this thing where I do feel that it's a little bit outside of your control at the moment. So I don't know that there's a lot, unfortunately. Always consult with your physicians and holistic providers and all that. But I'm not getting a lot of energy about things you can do to control this. It feels to me like it's just a bit of a current cycle that's going on. So I don't know if that cycle can run its course and then it stops or kind of gets controlled in that way. But it does feel to me like it's something that's like just kind of a natural change that's happening in the body. So it could be hormonal is kind of where I'm being taken with the energy. All right. Mari, you ready to come on?
Yes.
Hi, is it Mary or Mari or Mari?
Mari.
Mari, thank you for being here. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you for asking. How can I help you?
I am wondering if you see Dan trying to get me back, and if so, if he seems to be in my best interest.
Give me just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing I'm getting when I kind of tap into this third party energy with you and Dan. I want to say he wants you back. What I'm getting is almost I'm being shown like he thinks about what could be or how we could fix it or how we could like work through problems from the past, or there's just a lot of like almost like daydreaming about it is kind of what I'm getting. But at the same time, as far as when the energies come to action, it feels a little bit more reserved. So it could be a situation where he wants you, he might even hint, but don't be surprised if you have to maybe step forward and say, dude, shake it a little bit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it actually does. Big time.
There's some type of trepidation here where, and maybe he wants to be sensitive to your feelings, but there's something holding him back from taking the action. So if this is something you're interested in, and we'll get to the second part of your question in just a moment, then it might be something that you have to kind of dig through or chip away at some of it and get an answer and kind of be a little more assertive. But I do think that he thinks about it, and he's doing a lot of soul searching about it.
Okay.
No children together with Dan?
No.
Here's what I'm getting with this. I almost feel like in the previous relationships, some of the issues had to do with, and the reason I asked you if you had children, because it has to do, they're taking me to like responsibilities. And it was almost like we couldn't come together with how we handle certain responsibilities, whether it's children, dogs, family. It was that kind of an issue for you, of just being on a completely different page with how we handle our when I say like responsibilities, the things that we feel responsible to.
No, but I do think that in his prior relationships, he kind of played a more active role in the responsibilities of the household, and that affected his way of showing up in our relationship. But it wasn't really a problem for me.
Okay, and he doesn't have children with someone else?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll leave that with you. There's something here where it just feels like this wasn't sitting right with either him or you or both of you. Okay. So this is, and I'm kind of in his energy, so it might be something that he's still kind of processing through.
Yeah.
As far as him being good for you or having right intentions, I do feel like the answer is yes. Now, will he behave properly? I don't know. So, like any relationship, it's about what we put into it, right? So I think anybody can be in a healthy relationship. It's just about what we put into it and what we want from it. But the short answer to that is yes. I feel like he has proper intentions, and I feel like he does want to be good for you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck with it.
Thanks.
Bye, Murray.
Bye.
Let me just check into the chat here. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for telling my husband happy birthday. Hi, Viviani. Thanks for being here. All right. Bora Bora, safe and affordable. Okay. So the energy here is more, hear me out. Affordable seems more attainable, surprisingly. So just be really careful when we talk about the safe part of it. And it's not so much about area as far as an area being unsafe with environment. It's more so just you might come across some places to live that are either, because I feel like I'm going inside the dwelling. So just be really careful about picking spaces that work for you accessibility wise, or don't have any kind of mold problems or environmental situations inside, and are fully functional and have everything you need. So that's kind of where I think it might be a little more difficult in your price range and in your area to find things with the inside of the dwelling that meet all your needs and really make you feel safe and like you can really enjoy the quality of life that you need and want. So not to say you can't get that, but I feel like that's going to be more of, I feel like there's things in your price range. So finding a place that is affordable, that you can afford, not a problem. Finding the right place that kind of has those interior way of life living situations is tricky. All right. I feel like you can find that. You might have to just kind of go into maybe one city over or out of your area a little bit. Okay. But the answer is yes. Overall, yes. All right. Thank you all for being here. Like Sharon says, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you're not yet subscribed, do that. Put on the alerts. I go live every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific. I do this, with the free readings, bringing folks on, answering questions. And I think, let's see. Carol Lee, thank you for being here. Let's see. I feel like you've had this for a while. When I say a while, I know that's relative. Here's what I'm getting. You probably should have immediately when this happened, went to get, I almost feel like it did need stitches. I'm being shown something from when I was younger where I got cut and then I didn't get it taken care of or do anything with it. And when I finally did, they were like, oh, wow, you should have got that stitched. It probably would have, taken a few stitches to make it heal properly and quickly. So I'm getting that. I'm being brought to that energy for you with the cut on your hand. The short answer is yes. I feel like it will. I don't feel like there's any like active, once again, not a doctor. But my opinion of the energy I'm getting is there's not like an active words where you at infection or a big potential for infection. It's just going to take a little longer and you might have a scar actually as well. So yes, sending you healing. We're all sending you healing energy. Oh, thank you. Thank you all for hanging around. I know I'm just kind of, I'm getting a little tired. So, all right. Thank you for being here, Gina. Peter, thank you. All right. Anybody else have any questions that I didn't get to or anything specific you want to know? If you can put that in the comments and I'll hit one or two more. Bye, Sherry. Let's see. You think this older guy is stringing you along? I suggested moving closer to him, and he freaked out. Is there a question there? Okay. Yes. Longer timeline here too. I think we're a couple years out, and this has to do with also, I think, finances and really being comfortable. It's almost a situation where, yeah, you could, but it would put you at a bit of it'd be kind of tight, is what I'm saying. Oh, thank you, Water Lily. That's very generous. So I'm a couple years out with the way the energy sits now. I just think getting the finances to where you feel a little bit more, a little bit more comfortable is what I'm trying to say. And then also, I feel like just with the market, because they're showing me kind of like almost environmental, with the market, it's going to be a couple years. I feel like you'll wait. So 2025 going into 2026, I think is going to be kind of your sweet spot. You can move those energies up, but that's kind of where I'm feeling right now. Is my new SIL good for my daughter Katie? A surprise. S-I-L. Son-in-law. Okay, got it. Smart. Let's see. Okay, so it's not a perfect, it doesn't feel perfect, but what pairing is, right? So I do feel like he's going to challenge her in a way of he's a little bit more free with some of his energies, and her energy feels a little bit more not stiff but organized. I don't know, it's like type A, type B, whatever, but she's just kind of on a little bit more of a wants to know how things are going to go, and he's a little bit more flighty, I guess. So it feels like, but it feels like to me that there's plenty to work with here. It's just a matter of them putting in the work. But overall, I think yes, but she'll feel tested sometimes, but that can be good, right? You know, me and my husband are very different in ways, but you know, we've learned to kind of really kind of appreciate those differences and make it work for both of us, and it's quite magical actually. So there's an opportunity there for your daughter Katie, and cool way to spell it, by the way, and your son-in-law. So yeah, there's going to be an acclimation period, and you may not fully love him or some of his antics at first, but I feel like there's something that could be quite magical if they can kind of dance and figure it out. Short answer, yes. I think so. I definitely don't feel he's bad for her. All right, let me see if let me just see if I get anything from this. I don't know if I'm going to answer this yet. Okay, and I don't know what you want to know as far as how things turn out, but what I am sensing is they're going to need a lot of help. So I do think that there's going to be a situation where they either need friends and family to help, or they need to possibly even pay someone to come in and help them, because they won't be able to kind of, there's going to be a long period. I feel like almost like most of this year where they're needing some help. So I don't know what you mean as far as things turning out, if we're talking about, you know, are they going to be here or not? But I am getting energy that it's going to be a bumpy year for both of them, and I think some of the health stuff continues on for both of them. But as long as they have some help to kind of just do the day-to-day stuff and help them with their health, I think they'll overall be in a decent spot. Of course, with the health stuff, you know, it's not great, but yeah, they're just gonna. If you're around, I'm not sure if feel like you're far away from them, but yeah. So they're gonna need a lot. What do you mean? Oh, that I said we're like magical? Yeah. Oh, so sweet. That picture is a little old though. All right, guys, I'm tired. I'm getting a little slap happy. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. All the new subscribers that came in. I know a lot of people found the 2024 predictions video just through the YouTube algorithm. So thank you for all your support and new subscriptions. All right. Yeah. Sweet dreams, everyone. Have a good night. Love you. See you next week. Bye.